Hello, Taurus. Welcome. Take a seat. Relax. Relax, Taurus. There's nothing you need to do in this present moment except for relaxing and enjoying your reading. Alright, alright. To start your reading off then, Taurus, we have card number 32. Did you tell me no when I told you to relax? Did you say, don't tell me what to do? Interesting, okay? You're butting heads with me, Taurus. So I did, okay, so I'm going to bring it up because I just saw something about Tauruses, and I saw something that they're very persistent, right? And that's good. That's a good skill to have because, you know, persistency. But sometimes, you know, I mean, everything has a positive and everything has a negative. So, ooh, okay, interesting. Lust. This is strength. This is persistence. This is that strength. So lust, right, that is the key word in that one, but that is the strength card in the normal Rider-Waite Tarot, right? But Aleister Crowley thought that strength wasn't the correct word for that card, because it was a type of strength, but strength is more of a word for like muscle strength, you know, is the first thing that pops up to my mind when I think of strength, right? Of being strong, you know, but it's not about that kind of strength, you know, it's a different kind of strength. And so he changed the keyword to lust, right? Because lust is also a type of strength, and that's the type of strength that card is all about. It's that persistence type of strength, right? Not necessarily being strong, not necessarily being able to lift something heavy, not that kind of strength, right? But the strength of to be able to be persistent. And so this is the lust, the strength that say like little kids with chocolate, right? Imagine having or telling them that they can't have ice cream before dinner, right? But they want that dessert. They want that chocolate, right? So this is like those kids, you know, just wanting that chocolate so bad. And even if their parents tell them no, you know, they don't care. They're going to go get that chocolate. They want that candy, you know, they want that feel goodness, you know, so nothing can stop them from getting that chocolate. Not even their parents telling them no, you know, which is funny because this no card is here. So this is about something being told no and you being persistent. You being told no and you being persistent, right? But persistence also has a negative type of energy, right? Which is what I felt at the very beginning, because I felt you telling me no, you know, telling me no on, hey, relax, Taurus, and then you saying no, right? Well, sometimes, right, persistency has a negative side, and that negative side is you being stuck with one sort of idea or one perspective, and you being persistent on not changing it, even though that thing isn't working out for you anymore, even though that thing isn't being helpful to you anymore, even though this thing isn't working out anymore, but you want to be persistent, you want to be right, is what it feels like, right? So it's like, you know, just me telling you to do the opposite of what you have been doing, and then you tell me no because you want to keep sticking with your guts, sticking with yourself, you know. But there are times when we do have to be more like water, right? And mend ourselves into the environment, right? And mend ourselves, especially if it's like a new idea or something new, you know. Well, we have to change our minds, you know. So persistency, a lot of good use out of persistency. But when you are persistent with certain ideas that just aren't working, or being a certain way that just isn't working anymore, you know, and you tell people no just because they say the opposite thing of you, or, you know, or tell you to change this one thing, and you say no, you know, being persistent, that is a type of negative. So it's up to you. I don't know what's going on here. We have just started, and I'm gonna flip these before I start talking, and don't stop. Persistency. All right, so okay, interesting. Seven of Swords. So swords is the mentality. So this is, I am okay, this has definitely should be clicking then, because I almost felt like I was being rude, but no, I'm just saying things on how they are. So the Seven of Swords is a mentality. The Swords is of the mind. So story that you are the story that you are telling yourself in your mind to better understand your environment and what's going on. So the Seven of Swords is the mentality that you have right now is, I need to protect myself, right? He needs to protect himself. So how is he protecting himself? Well, and they can't attack me if they don't have their weapons. So I'm gonna steal the weapons and I'm gonna take them for myself, and I'm taking care of myself by taking away from others. It's kind of the mentality, right? So just like I said, relax, and you said no, no, no. This is really feels like solo mentality, and we do have singular people here so far. There are multiple people here so far. So interesting enough, right? It's like this. Oh, we have a lot when we are a little alone, but around people we say no. There is negative, no. Some type of that kind of energy. So Temperance, this is creating. So just like I said, the mind is about your perspective on how to better understand your environment, right? So this is creating. So this is the story that we are creating, and we are creating one where it feels like we need to protect ourselves from the people around us. Okay, so this is just, and this isn't saying that is what's going on, or that you do need to protect yourself, but it's just saying that is the mentality that you are having. So it's up to you to realize that you are right, or up to you to realize, look around and be like, oh, I guess it was just all kind of, the way I was seeing things, because creating. So Temperance is about two different things coming together and creating something different, right? So she has one step on one foot on land, one foot in water. So two different things coming together to create life, to create new things. So why is that coming up? I don't know. Let's find out. Innocence and trust. So imagine what can be created when innocence and trust combine. Imagine what you can do. Imagine the things that you can create. Imagine how you would feel. Imagine the emotions that you would be creating. Imagine the situations that you can be creating in your mind. But if you were trusting and you felt that innocence within yourself. Because what does that mean, right? So this guy has to protect himself, right? He has to put other people down. He has to take things away from other people so that he knows that they don't even have the chance to hurt him. But this guy's old, and he is his mentality is very different, right? Look, there's a praying mantis here, and he just has it on his hand, and he's gentle with that praying mantis, and he's not gonna hurt it. He knows that praying mantis isn't there to get him, right? This Seven of Swords mentality is feeling, would be the opposite, would be this old man being terrified of this praying mantis and thinking that it's going to hurt him, right? But no, he understands now. He's understood now. He's gone through a lot, and he's understood now, and he understands that, life isn't out to get him, that he, that's the innocence. It's like kids don't think that way, kids, that's why it's like parents, it was a thing to tell kids, don't accept candy from strangers, especially if they're, guiding you towards the van, why do you have to tell that to kids? Well, because they're innocent. They're innocent. They don't feel that life isn't out to get them. If somebody is there offering them candy, then guess what? They are being offered candy. So how is life out to get them if they're being offered candy? That is a good thing to receive candy. So it's life being on your side if you're getting candy, right? So it's that innocence type of energy, completely different from, oh, I need to protect myself, and life is out to get me, the people are out to get me, right? Completely different, trusting. So it's cool. I like how there's pink here, and pinks and blues, and pinks and blues and purples. I really like those type of colors. But yeah, they really go along together, right? Trusting, innocence, him trusting the praying mantis, and the same with the praying mantis, trusting that old man that it's not going to hurt him. So you with life, right? Trusting life, trusting the environment that you are putting yourself in, and trusting that they aren't out to get you. And if the environment that you're in is out to get you, well, switch environments. Put yourself in an environment. Take care of yourself by putting yourself in an environment where people won't be out to get you, and people can be together and create, right? Instead of butting heads and fighting and everything. So trusting and And then we have interference here, so the Eight of Swords. So again, the swords, the mentality, right? The mentality of there is a door and I can't get through it. You know, it's like you telling me, yeah, I understand the innocence, I understand trust. I would love to feel that way, but I can't. There is a door and I can't get through it, right? But it's in all again in the head, in the mind, and the words that are the thoughts that are popping up. So how do we get out of that? How do we go through the door? How do we, you know, get rid of the fence that is preventing us from walking through? Well, the Queen of Cups is here. And the Queen of Cups, the cups are about the emotions, right? What kind of emotions were you feeling when I was talking about innocence and trust? What kind of emotions do you feel when you look at these type of colors and everything? What kind of emotions were you feeling when I was talking about the Seven of Swords over here? And we were talking about no, you know. So the Queen protects. Queen is that motherly, feminine type of energy. And the Queen protects. She includes, right? She includes things as her own and she protects. So that's what I want you to do with your emotions, Taurus. All right? Whenever you feel those emotions hurting you, whenever you're feeling bad emotions, I want you to take a look at the thoughts that you have been thinking, okay, and realize that those thoughts are the ones that are creating these type of emotions. So we want to protect ourselves. We want to take care of ourselves. We want to have good emotions, create these good emotions, right? How do we do that? Well, here we got to take a look at how the thoughts that we are thinking, the way that we are thinking, you know, instead of seeing opportunities, you are seeing closed doors, right? Instead of seeing open passages, ways where you can be free, step through, you can be free and there's open space, but we feel like we're in a box, right? So take care of yourself, take care of your emotions. All right. I don't want you to pay attention to the thoughts that you are thinking, but I want you to pay attention to how you are feeling. All right. So whenever you feel something bad, realize, oh, was that my thought that was creating those bad emotions? And then, you know, realize that, and that's, just be aware of it, and then just keep going, you know, because yeah, you will go back to this sort of mentality. This is going to be something to work on, right? But it's going to be very easy as soon as you let go, because it's actually harder to be in this type of mentality to where life is out to get you. It is harder, right? But we are kind of just stuck in it. So as soon as you start feeling that trust, as soon as you start feeling that innocence again, you know, of feeling that life is not out to get you, but life is there to support you, that life is there to take care of you, right? The Queen of Cups, what do they talk about? Mother Nature. Mother Nature, you know, if you look around the nature, everything that you see outside, it's there to take care of you, right? We have food because of it. We have shelter. We've made shelter because of our nature and environment, right? Mother Nature is taking care of us and providing us with a lot of things that we are able to take care of ourselves with, right? So trust in Mother Nature, trust in yourself, trust in the universe. Just trust in the plant. And I don't care what it is that you want to trust in. Trust in Goku. Trust in and whoever it is that you want to trust in, but just make sure you trust and you focus on that trust, and let's develop that trust and that innocence of ourselves again. Clearly, you know, just because you have lost it doesn't mean that it's gone forever. This guy is old and he got his innocence back. So no matter how old we are, we can always get that innocence back. So cool. All right, let's get some last bit of words from the Office Oracle deck. I think we'll just get one card here. Card number 40. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so remember the mentality. What kind of mentality would you want to have? One where life is out to get you, or one where it's about the good old days? Okay. Nardog said, I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them. Take a pause, look around, enjoy the moment, take it all in. Enjoy the good old days while you're still in them, because next thing you know, the good old days will be long gone. But thanks to Andy, we know the good old days are here, so enjoy every single second of them with everything that you have. Next thing you know, it'll all be over. Right, so what, in this short amount of time that we are human, what kind of mentality would you like to have while you are here? One of innocence, one of trusting, one of enjoying your days, or one of having to protect yourself and defend yourself from literally everything, because everything is out to get you. All right, well, I hope this reading helped, Taurus. If it did, please help me as well. Leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you would like to keep hanging out. This is a safe place where we try to figure life out together. So thank you so much for being here. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.